One more breath. And breathing out, we slowly release and come back up. And then switch position of the legs. So cross the other foot either up or in front. And then same thing, we start with an easy fold, so bringing the arms up, inhale. And exhale, lower the hands down and start folding forward. So we always take every breath to get into position, not forcing our body to the deepest point at the first breath. So as we're focusing our series in the next couple of classes around spinal health, we're focusing today on the lower back. So a lot of folds and twists, a lot of seated positions today. If the body had some time to adjust and you feel comfortable in the fold, if you feel okay, you can bring the forehead down and then cross the hands behind you and lift the hands up away from the hips. Couple more breaths. And then slowly release. Come back up. You can swift the feet backwards and come to all fours. Go through a couple of cat-cows to your rhythm, always inhaling into a hollow cow back and exhaling into a round cat. Push down into the palms when you move to cat. One more cat-cow. And then we come back to center. Now we're gonna bring the right leg over the left leg here. So crossing the legs. Keep your tailbone tucked inward. So really use the hands. You can always bring them a little bit broader for more balance. Also, the feet can be wide. You can play around here a little bit with the feet for comfort and come to a variation of the puppy pose. So we're gonna bring the hands out one by one, lowering the forehead down. Keep your tailbone in. We feel again more stretch on the leg that is in front, if it's the right leg, the right hip, if it's the left leg, the left hip. One more breath. And breathing out. Walk your hands back. Keep the leg that is in front there and bring the other foot forwards. Coincidentally, it's the same leg for everybody, so the left foot is up front and we bring our arms up. Low lunge. Press actively into the front foot to not collapse into the hips here. One more deep breath. And breathing out, hands to heart. Open up to the left side, twisting. For a deeper twist, you bring the elbow down onto the leg, rolling that left shoulder back. Keep the lower abdominals tucked inwards, creating space on the belly so we're not just dumping our belly, the weight of the belly onto the leg. One more breath. And breathing out, we release. Bring your left hand down on the outside of the left foot and roll the right arm up. Last inhale. And exhale, release. Step it into a downward facing dog and walk your dog. Stretching our hamstrings. And bring your left leg up, deep breath in, same leg as before. Step your foot forward, high lunge, breathing out. And here, before we sink the hips more towards the mat, we're gonna lock our first bandha, which translates to lock. It's like you're holding up to go to the toilet. So you're having to pee. You lock the pelvic floor muscles. You lock the lower abdominal, so a little bit higher. It's like your pelvis is slightly tilting, and you're trying to bring the space underneath the belly button more towards the belly button. So that's the second lock, the Uddiyana Bandha, 2 bandhas, 2 locks. And then bring the hands up. So these bandhas, we can lock them during any pose. It helps with posture and alignment. On your next breath in, you step forward, you look up, breathing out, chair pose, variation of sun salutation B. Inhale here, and fold, exhaling. Inhale, lift the chest, tall spine, and exhale, high plank, chaturanga down. Lower all the way down. We start with one of the cobras, either baby cobra or big cobra, and then move back to downward dog. Lift your left leg back up, inhale. Step it forward, low lunge. Exhale, drop the knee, arms up, inhale. And exhale, step it forward, lift the chest, and fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale here. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Lift the chest, inhale. And step it back to all fours as you exhale. Bring the left leg over the right leg this time. Take a moment to reposition the feet or reposition your hands. And then come to variation of puppy pose. Lowering the forehead down, keep your tailbone tilted inwards. Go for one more breath as the body is heating up. And we release our puppy pose and step our right foot forwards. Low lunge, activate the front foot, activate your bandhas, Muladhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale. Prayer twist, open to the right. Exhale. See if you want to bring the elbow down. Keep lifting the belly and the chest away from the leg. Inhale, we lengthen the spine. And exhale, release your right hand down, open up to the left. See if you want to gaze up towards the fingers. Inhale, look down. Exhale, down dog. Move your hips exaggerately from left to right to find that stretch on the side of the body. And then come to stillness in your downward dog. 3 plank waves to activate the core and the spine even more. So on the inhale, you wave like a cat back all the way to high plank. Once you're there, on your exhale, you tilt the butt outwards to move with the cow back to down dog. 2 more. Inhaling. Big wave. Exhaling. Waving back. One more, inhale. And exhale. Right leg moves up, inhale. Step your foot forward, high lunge, exhale. Move the arms up. Activate the bandhas. Inhale. Step it forward, chair pose. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, high plank, chaturanga. One of the cobras, inhaling, finding length in the spine. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here. And move the right leg up, inhale. Step it forward, exhale, low lunge, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release, come forward, lengthen. And fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, hips down. We exhale here. Inhale all the way up. Lock your hands and exhale, fold forward. You can bend your knees just a little bit. Hands away from the hips. And then inhale back up, release the hands. Exhale, back to chair pose. Hips down. Deep breath here. Hands to heart. And then lower your left elbow down onto the left knee. So just a more gentle twist to start here. Check that your right knee doesn't lean forward. So keep your knees in the same line. Opening up to the right, finding length in the back of the neck. Draw the belly button in. For those who wish to go to a deeper twist now, you can bring the elbow onto the other knee, so the outside knee. Last breath. And we breathe out, release the arms down. Lift the chest up, inhale. And exhale, step your right foot all the way back to come back to a high lunge. So the right foot step back, left foot up front, high lunge. Deep breath here. And Trikonasana as we breathe out. So we open up our back foot, we keep our front knee bent, open up your arms, then lengthen the front arm, reach forward, and open the arms up. So the point is not per se to bring the hand down, but to keep the shoulders in alignment with the hips. Open chest, lock the bandhas. Last breath, look down, and breathe out. Come up to warrior two. Bending the front knee. Deep breath in here. And breathing out. We're going to come to a surfer squat, so kind of like a side lunge. We're going to come sitting on our back heel, so you can use your hands here. Keep the front foot turned upwards. Keep your right hand down on the inside of the knee. So you can place it, you don't have to place it too close. You can put it a bit further out, and then open up your left arm. Opening up the chest, slight twist again in the lower back. And keep your lower abs turned inwards. So again, tilting the pelvis a little bit in. Last breath. And breathing out. Use the hands to come to seated. Turn your right foot in on the inside of the thigh. And we come to a twist here. So you can bring that right hand all the way to the outside of the straightened leg, and then place your left hand behind you. This is quite a deep twist, so every time you breathe in, you lengthen the spine, and breathing out, you try gazing in the back shoulder, in the direction of the back shoulder. One more breath. And we're gonna release all the way to the opposite side. Place your right hand a little bit in the same line with the hip. Now we're gonna come high up onto the bent knee. So press the hips up and forward. You can drop your straightened foot for more balance, and then reach the left arm over the ear in the direction of the side body. So in the same length, with the side body. Inhale here. And exhale, we release, come back to seated, and then swift your leg back and come to downward facing dog. Bend your knees and look towards the hands. Deep breath in. Step or jump towards the front. Gaze up and fold forward, straightening the legs. Back to chair pose. Inhale. Sit deeply down. Exhale. Inhale here. And prayer twist on the same side. So again, we open up to the right side. Elbow either down on the left knee or the right knee. And then from here, we're going to step into a high lunge with the legs. So shift your weight into the right foot. You can already lift your left heel and then step that left foot back. Allow the hips to lower down. Find that opening. Last breath. And breathing out. You come all the way up into warrior one. So we're going to keep our front knee bent and step the back foot down. So you might have to make a smaller stance within the feet. Deep breath in. Straighten the front knee. Pyramid pose. Breathing out. See if you can bring the hands down onto the hands around. Fingers walking back. Bring the hands down. You can keep either the hands to heart or straighten the arms backwards. Find your balance by pushing firmly into the feet. One more breath. And breathing out. Release to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Look to the hands. And breathing out. Come forward into chair pose. Inhale here. And exhale. Hands to heart. Open to the left. Easy prayer twist with the elbow on the right knee. Bring the belly button in. See if you want to move to a deeper twist, bringing the elbow to the left knee. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Hands down, straighten the legs. Lift your chest, inhale. Step your right foot back to high lunge, exhale. Sorry, I switched feet. Left foot back, right foot up front. Doing the opposite side. Deep breath here. Triangle pose as we breathe out. Open up your back foot, lengthen the front knee, move forward and down. Try relaxing the shoulders. Look down, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Relax the forehead muscles. Inhale. Side lunge, surfer squat, exhale. Take a moment here. Left hand down, right arm moves all the way in the opposite direction. Last inhale. And on the exhale, you come to seated. Bring your left foot on the inside of the leg. And we move to twist. Take your time to bring that right hand behind you. Having soft tops, shoulders. Last inhale. And Exhale, we release and come to our back bend. Bring the left hand behind you, press the hips up, front, and then reach that right arm all the way over. And exhale, we release. Come back to your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look ahead, inhale. Come to chair pose, exhale. Find your twist. Opening up to the left. You can start again in the easy twist and then go a little bit deeper afterwards. And then we're gonna move into our prayer lunge. So shift the weight into the left, lift the right heel, and then take a big step back. So taking it one step at a time. Draw the lower abdominals in. Inhale here. And exhale, we release. Bring the arms up and come to your warrior one. So stepping the back foot a little bit closer by. You can always check in our warrior one. Our hips are squared, meaning they're parallel to the small side of the mat. So you're really pushing that right hip forward. If you feel some tension in the back knee by doing this, you bring the back foot a little bit closer by. So it's very normal that the stance is shorter in the warrior one. And then bring the arms back up. Inhale. Lengthen the knee, pyramid pose. Exhale, we fold. See if you want to keep the arms out to the front, to the back, to the heart, or down onto the mat, walking them a little bit backwards. One more breath. And breathing out, you come down onto the knees. So last week we practiced the variation of the camel pose. So we're gonna do another variation today. So first we're gonna bring our right foot up front. So flat up front, more or less aligned with the knee. And then we're gonna bring our hands behind us. You can be high on tops of the, what's it called? The base of the fingers. And then press the hips up. See if you wanna move the hands a little bit closer by, opening up the chest. Engaging the lower back, feeling that stretch in the quadricep of the left leg. One more breath. And when you breathe out, you lower the hips a little bit, turn that left foot inwards. All right, and we come to half lord of the fish twist. You can keep either the foot up front or bring it to the outside of the knee, pivoting a little bit. Right. Most important thing is that we have both sitting bones on top of the mat. Lengthening the spine, inhale. And open to the right side, exhale. You can keep your hand on top of the knee to make sure that we have that space in the chest and the shoulders. If you feel like you have that, you can also bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. But often when we do this, we cringe a little bit into the shoulder, so feel free to keep your hand here. One more breath. And when we breathe out, we're going to release and switch positions. So come seated on your heels first. Step your left foot up front. Bring the hands back, variation of the camel pose. And then press the hips up and back. See if you want to rearrange the hands a little bit. Open up the chest, the chin. One more breath. And release the hips down. Turn the foot in. All right. And come to half lord of the fish. Foot in or foot out. Lengthen the spine and open up to the left. You can close your eyes here. And let's practice some Pradyahara. meaning that we are aware of the information that comes in through the senses. In this moment, sound. But we are not the sense itself or the information itself. So we notice, we observe, but we don't react or respond. We accept the information as it is. Come back to your intention. What emotion would you like to experience more often? On an exhale, we release our twist. You can bring your legs up front for a second. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the legs. All right. Now we're going to come to the front of the mat for a butterfly pose. Make sure that you have some space to come down onto the spine afterwards. All right. So bring the soles of the feet together, open them up. You can give your feet a little massage even, and then open up the chest, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, we surrender to our folded butterfly. You can keep your hands to feet. You can bring the arms wide. If you're low, bring the elbows down. And we allow that stretch on the inner thighs. Relax your neck and shoulders. Let's come back to the feeling, the emotion that you chose, and see if you can bring that feeling up now. When have you felt like this before? Is there an image that comes to mind when you think about this emotion? When you feel this emotion? Allow that emotion to take up more space in your physical. To your own rhythm, you keep the legs in butterfly, but you come to the extended butterfly on the back. So once you come down, it's possible you might want to bring the heels closer towards the base. And then you can choose to keep the hands to the side, palms facing up, maybe a bit spread away from the body. Or you can bring your hands together above the head, locking all fingers except the index fingers. The elbows will be bent for comfort of the shoulders. In this position, you remember this is your space, your energy, your center, and only you decide what you allow in it. Allow to feel already more of what you wish to feel more. One more breath here. As you breathe out, we're gonna release the butterfly legs. You can use the hands to bring the legs together and then straighten or bring the feet up. A couple of variations. You can bring underneath your hips for more support. You can keep the knees bent or straighten them. You can keep the legs still or start moving the legs around. Maybe first small circles or small movements, making them bigger. Your eyes are closed, and right now you take up the physical space you want to, using the movement of the legs. Keep your first bandha, the Muladhara bandha, the pelvic floor muscles locked. And then release your feet down, feet and knees together. Spread your arms wide and allow your knees to come down on the left. For a deeper twist, cross the top leg over the bottom leg. Rearrange the feet for comfort. Turn your head away from the legs. Relax the feet, the inner thighs. And then to your own time, you move the legs to the opposite side. You can always hug the knees to chest in between both sides. And then slowly we come back to middle. We're going to hug our knees and either sway or make some circles with the knees. Make circles in both directions if you're making some circles. And then move to your Shavasana, spreading the legs, spreading the arms, maybe covering yourself up with some extra clothing. We're going to hold still in our physical and in our mental for a couple of minutes. Allowing the energy to flow without our interference. Start making movements, moving around in any way that feels good, stretching. And then coming into the fetus pose on the right side. The breathing grows deeper again. And you bring your attention to the space below the belly button. Think about your intention, the feeling. See if you can call that feeling in, back again. Sit with that feeling here. Bring that with you when you come back to a seated position. Once back in your seat, you bring the arms up. The palms are facing each other, the fingers are spread. The breathing moves from the belly to the ribs to the chest. Softness in our face, around our eyes and lips. Bring one hand on the heart, one hand underneath the belly button, so on the lower abdominals. And we take 3 breaths in through our nose, out through our mouth. Inhale. 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 Observe the heat from the hands on the body, the energy of the breath going through the body. And bring back your hands to heart. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.